Hi, good morning, darling. Okay, listen, I we are going to refer to a different example which is little simpler than what you have in the paper that your teacher has given you. So I have done some preparation here, and we are going to use this first to understand, and then we are going to go back to the question number 6 that we were referring to yesterday. You can try and solve it with the help of this. And then you can come back to me if you have any questions. I will look forward for your questions if you have any, and if not, then let's meet up on Friday and sort this out as far as possible. All right, now here we have an equation which is given to us, which is x cube minus 5x plus 2 is equal to y. And then there were x values were already given, and I have with those the respective x values we have done. I think this you have already done with the question number 6 that we were doing, and with all the questions also I think you have the grid prepared. So now once you prepare this grid, what is important for us is this x column and this y column, where we then find out the values of x and y according to the given this thing. Now this is the question number b, that is the b part of the question, where give your estimate on the grid by drawing a suitable straight line and find three roots for the equation x cube minus 6x plus 5. Similar question to what we did question number 6 that you had yesterday, just that the equations were different. You can definitely use this equation or this method what we are doing, and you can solve it. All right, now going back, so I have the graph prepared already. Here I have kept the units that I have taken for y-axis are 2, and for x-axis I have taken them like this. Now let's plot the point that we have. So if x is minus 3, y is 10. So let's see here, if x is x is minus 3, y is minus 10. So we have it here. All right, here is the point. Now we have, if x is minus 2, y is 4. So if x is minus 2, we have y is equal to 4, so that is something here. Then we have, if x is minus 1, y is 6. See, x is minus 1, y is 6. So x is minus 1, y is 6, so we have it here. Okay, if x is 0, y is 2, so we have it here. If x is 1, y is minus 2, so then we have it here. If x is 2, y is 0. If x is 2, y is 0, that means we have it on the x-axis here. And if x is 3, then y is 14, so then we straight go up, we have it here. All right, now are you getting? Now these are the points. Now let's draw the graph here. So my graph kind of goes like this, and then it's like this. Sorry, one second. Through the camera. So, and this goes straight up. So sorry, I think I'm looking through the camera, so this graph is not going. So anyway, so this is the graph. All right, now this graph is for the equation x cube minus 5x plus 2, okay, equal to y or equal to 0, both are the same. All right, so this is the graph we have. Now we have to find out a suitable now. Using this graph or this information, we have to find out the information for, or we have to find out three roots for this equation. Now what are we going to do is, so see, this is equal to 0. Now first we have equation x cube minus 5x plus 2 is equal to y or is equal to 0 is one and the same. We know it is the same thing, because this equation, this graph is for all the values where y is equal to 0. If we have to find out then all these values or the intersections here, wherever it is intersecting, this then becomes our our values for x, our roots for x, for y is equal to 0. Okay, now here we have this equal to 0, and here we have x cube minus 6x plus 5. This is also equal to 0, correct? Since both are equal to 0, and if I have to number this 1 and 2, okay, if both are equal to 0, then I can simply say that equation 1 is equal to equation 2. Why? Because both are equal to 0. So then if I equate x cube minus 5x plus 2 is equal to x cube minus 6x plus 5, because since both are 0 is equal to 0, I can simply say both equations are also equal to each other. Now in this case I will write this x cube and x cube same on both the side will get cancelled. I am left with minus, okay, I am left with minus 5x plus 2 is equal to minus 6x plus 5. This is what I am left with. Now what I'm going to do is just, I want a 0 on my right hand side. So I'm going to take all my right hand side numbers to the left hand side. So I'm going to write minus 5x plus 2, and then I have plus 6x. This minus 6x will come this side, become plus 6x, and then minus 5, and finally I'll have here a 0. Are you getting this, right? Now minus 5x and plus 6x, you will get a x. Plus 2 and minus 5, you will get a minus 3. This is equal to 0. So we know when an equation is equal to 0, which means it is also equal to y. So I can therefore say x minus 3 is equal to y. Correct? Now we have to plot, we have to take some points for this equation. And we have x and y here, and we have x minus 3 which is equal to y. So if x is equal to, suppose if x is equal to 1, then this is 1 minus 3, so y is equal to minus 2. If x is equal to 0, then y is equal to minus 3. And if x is equal to minus 1, then y is equal to minus 1 minus 3 minus 4. Correct? So let us take these points, and now we will plot these points on this graph. Let us see what happens here. So we have x is equal to 1, y is equal to minus 2. Where is x is equal to 1, y is equal to minus 2? If x is equal to 1, y is equal to minus 2 is the same point. So I'm just going to circle it because it has come again. If x is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 3. If x is equal to 0, then if x is equal to 0, then y is equal to minus 3. So let's take minus 3, because this is 2 and 3, so we probably take it in the center somewhere. Okay, and if x is equal to minus 1, y is equal to minus 4. So this is going to be somewhere here. Okay, now we have this 1, 2, 3. Can you see these 3 points with this equation? All right, now I'm just going to, I'll have to keep the phone, or one second, just let me try and see if I can draw the line with. So can you see this? It's going to cross this into 3 lines, 3 points. Yeah, one, let me see. Give me a moment. So I'm just going to draw this line. Sorry, give me a moment. Okay, so this is the line I have drawn. Let me rub this off. So now if you see, this line is intersected. If I keep drawing this line as straight as possible. I'm not taking the scale right now, because if I take the scale, I have to use both the hands. Now, where have this line intersected? It has intersected here. Okay, let's put the point here. It has intersected here. And it has intersected here. Now just see what this is. If this is, we've taken as 1, so my overwriting, because I cannot see through the camera and do the graph. Okay, so this is 1 if you see, and then how much is this is maybe estimations. So 1, so 2, 3, 4, so maybe 1, no, wait, it is 1 to 1.3 something. So let us take this as 1.3, and this is close to 0.5, this is 0.8, and here we have maybe minus 2.8. So the three roots for the equation are then, so the three roots are x is equal to minus 2.8, x is equal to plus 0.8, and x is equal to plus 1.3. These are estimations. If you want them to, you want to round them off, you can say minus 3, you can say 1, and there also you can say, I don't know, 1.5 or 1, whatever your teacher would accept. You know, if you want to round them up, you can't have 1 here. The reason being, we already have a 1 here taken, so both of them 1, I don't know, that it is not possible. We cannot have it like that, so we have to take it 1.5, or the real estimate, or actually you will get these are estimations. So going back to the question number 6, have you understood this? What we did is kind of similar question that we did yesterday. Now going back to your question, I don't have graph, I'm using my daughter's book here. Now using okay, going back to your question that you had yesterday. Okay, you had a you have already drawn a graph for x cube minus 4x. I think it's minus 3 or plus 3. I think it's minus 3 if I'm not mistaken. So is equal to 0. Okay, so you have already drawn a graph for this. Then they gave you a similar kind of grid that we had here. I think using that grid, you have already, this kind of a grid you have done already for this particular equation. So you have plotted the graph as well. Good, that graph is correct. There is no problem in that graph. But they have given you another equation here which says, the equation which says it is x cube, I think it's minus, sorry, this is square, so it is minus 4x square minus 5x plus 8, and this is equal to 0. Now if you see, it is the same thing here. I can just take 1 and I can take 2. Since both are zeros, I can say 1 is equal to 2. See, this is a method that I am using. Your teacher might not say this step 1 and 2 and all that. She might, there is another way to do it, but do not get confused. Answer finally will be same. Just see if you understand this. If you understand this, then 1,000 ways are easy to understand. Just understand the concept first, okay? Alright, x cube, so I can say x cube minus 4x square minus 3, okay, is equal to x cube minus 4x square minus 5x plus 8. Okay, now x cube both positive on the same side will go minus, okay, will cut off. Minus 4x on this, both the equal side is cut off. So you are left with minus 3 is equal to minus 5x plus 8. We know we want a 0 on the right hand side. I'm going to take all the numbers on this side. So we have a minus 3 plus 5x plus minus 8. There's something wrong. You check if I'm taking the equation correct. I don't remember. This is just out of my mind. I'm thinking that these were the equations. I do not have the question. Just check. But understand the concept here, okay? So now we have 5x minus 11 is equal to 0. Now here is your linear equation. Alright. What you're going to do is, you're going to then have a chart. Check out the signs. I don't remember the signs. I think it's correct, but I might be kind of wrong as well. So if x, then what is 5x, and then eventually you'll get y. So then you take few points, okay. So like for example, if x is equal to minus 1, so then this will be minus 5. So minus 5 minus 11, you will get minus 16. So x is equal to 0. So if x is equal to 0, then 5x also 0, then this will be minus 11. Suppose x is equal to, let us take 1. So this will be 5, this will be minus 6. and if x is equal to 2, and if x is equal to 2, then 5 2s are 10, and then 10 minus 11 will get minus 1. Now on the same graph that you have drawn, or have plotted for this particular equation, on the same graph you plot, see, you plot the whatever numbers you take here. This is I have taken, you can take your own numbers. Okay, so you can plot a graph for this, basically for this equation, plot a graph for this equation. All right, because see, even if this is 0, 5x minus 11, it is similar to y is equal to 0, it is same, right? So you plot the point for this graph on that similar equation that you have drawn, for the graph for this equation. Your line will intersect in 3 places, because you already have a graph, something like this is the graph you have got, right? Your line will intersect in 3 places somewhere, and all these 3 intersections, wherever they are, all these 3 intersections, just put them up to the x-axis where they join them, and wherever, that is the estimated value, or that is the estimated root. These are the roots, the estimated roots for the equation. All right, I hope you've understood what I have explained. If you haven't understood, I will look forward for the questions from your side, or you can just call me. Right now my SIM is damaged, so do not call me on my direct phone, but my WhatsApp is on. You can call me on my WhatsApp anytime. That's not an issue. All right, darling, and do not worry if you do not get it. We will still make an effort to understand it some other possible way, but by far I think 95 to 99%, this is the method your teacher is adopting. So let's go by this. You should be able to sort this out. All right, thank you, bye bye.